Hi, everybody. My name is Robin,
And my name is Moral.
and this is our second rendition of White Noise. It's about a month since our last one, and I have been waiting every single day for this moment, and here it is.
Yeah, I too have been waiting with bated breath, and it is very exciting to have you all here and exciting to be in Greenkill again. We have a suggested donation. We need you guys more than we need your money, but we love this space and we love to continue performing and having performers come. So definitely find one of us after and we can talk about that. But without further ado, I think we've said enough about this. But we're going to kick it off. Our leader tonight is Robin.
Thank you. And I need to grab my writing because I didn't bring it with me. Okay. So I wanted to do something a little different this time. I like doing something different every time just because. But I wanted to start this reading with one of my favorite poems, not by myself, by Mr. Wallace Stevens. This has been one of my favorite poems for years, but I feel like it really encapsulates what I feel like being on the stage and just being like a presence on the stage in general. And I want to share that with you all. So this is The Idea of Order at Key West by Wallace Stevens. She sang beyond the genius of the sea. The water never formed to mind or voice, like a body, holy body, fluttering its empty sleeves, and yet its mimic motion made constant cry, caused constantly a cry that was not ours, although we understood in human of the veritable ocean. The sea was not a mask, no more was she. The song and water were not melodied sound, even if what she sang was what she heard, since what she sang was uttered word by word. It may be that in all her phases stirred the grinding water and the gasping wind, but it was she and not the sea we heard. For she was the maker of the song she sang. The ever-hooded, tragic-gestured sea was merely a place by which she walked to sing. Whose spirit is this, we said, because we knew it was the spirit that we sought and knew that we should ask this often as she sang. If it was only the dark voice of the sea that rose, or even colored by many waves, if it was only the outer voice of sky and cloud, of the sunken coral water walled, however clear, it would have been deep air, the heaving speech of air, a summer sound repeated in a summer without end, in sound alone. But it was more than that, more even than her voice and ours among the meaningless plungings of water and the wind, theatrical distances, bronze shadows heaped up on high horizons, mountainous atmospheres of sky and sea. It was her voice that made the sky acutest at its vanishing. She measured to the hour its solitude. She was the single artificer of the world in which she sang. And when she sang, the sea, whatever self it had, became the self that was her song, for she was the maker. Then we, as we beheld her striding there alone, knew that there never was a world for her except the one she sang and, singing, made. That's actually not the whole poem, but I just didn't want to read the rest, so. Okay. And then the next are all my own poems. And this is one I wrote recently. I actually wrote this yesterday about writing. It's like a meditation on writing and my own disgruntledness with it. I sit at a writer's desk. I sit at a writer's desk and think about writing. What words come to mind? Obtuse, obtusion, obstruction, evisceration. I put a finger to my lips, quiet the thoughts that won't persist, as my mind trails, Streaks of ink on paper like a blind eye unwilling to waver, always distant, reaching. Something that is stuck like gum to the top of my skull, and as much as I scrape and yank, it doesn't come off. Like a skin tag, it is something that cannot be removed without leaving a scar, even a scar so small that I have begun to hear my name enthralled in the letters of a blind eye, E-I. Make up what you may, for what I will say will only confuse, cause further confusion. Like a blind eye, I see only inside, see the words scrawled on neuron pathways waiting to be deciphered. My words are hardly understood, so in an attempt to understand what does not want to be understood, I sit at a writer's desk and think about writing. Okay. This is called Sediment. I cannot stop digging. And as if the earth's layers started to appear to me, I saw what I should not have seen. I strain under the weight of bed sheets and pillows stuffed with dirty money that I have no time to rest my head on. It is old and decrepit and reminds me of why it is dirty in the first place. She looked me in the eyes and said that there are bugs crawling inside of her, and I touched her anyway. And as I unearthed that which has fought to be buried, that which is rightfully mine, I released the methane of unease which spread its noxious seed into a world too new to understand its bidding, and I, the one who opens tombs that have been sealed for a purpose, laughs in the face of a story so silly, and instead of reflect, just keep digging. And this is the last poem I have to read. It is called Verisimilitude. I am successfully spending my time, at least this is what I conceive, only a barren millipede, searching through sandy dunes to find the perfect spot to bask and rest. See shadows ahead on the highway, endless silhouettes in my wavering eyes, unable to rest. I attempt to perk up by screaming to the god of war. My battle cry will be sure to wake me up. And even if this fails me, I will float above the cars, above the basking millipede, my body limp, burning against the sun, gravity pulling me against the world I've become, no silence now. I am quiet like a small animal approaching the millipede, eyes intent, focused on directly ahead, unwavering. The world is silent below me. All is silent. I have halted, turning away, far away, until, like a pendulum, a faint, hardly distinguishable click, and my eyes spring open. I am face down on the concrete, gravel in my eyes, my ears, my mouth, a large weight above me. I am perspiring. Eyes intent on many feet seen through cracks in the broken frame. My world is ruined. So I close my eyes and see the insides of the millipede as the small animal cracks through its hard exterior, revealing what is heavily encased, red, white, and black. I see a hunger quenched as I become swallowed by the shallow earth, as my insides are revealed and much that I have longed to seal tight is lost, dust in the noxious winds of a blown engine. Thank you. And next is Moral.
Hi, everyone. Robin said she wrote her poem yesterday, and I felt my heart go into my stomach. I was like, oh, that was so good. All right. I don't name my poems. I'm sorry. Break the ice by starting the poem with a joke. I'm a poet in the same way that any white man with a mustache could potentially be a volunteer firefighter. I made a rule today. The only people who are allowed to write poems are people who probably don't deserve to. Here's a little bit about me, the reason you're all here. By the time I was born, all the coral had already lost its color. A bit after that, I'm a kid in a bathtub, and the phone is ringing off the hook, but my mother will not answer it. Earlier, I'm a passenger of a great ocean liner, and as it sinks, I have to admit, coral is the last thing on my mind. I'm only allowed to write poems about 3 things. See below. Poems about drugs, me. Poems about my mom, drugs. Poems about men, my mom. And I can stand here with my head held high and say that I'm okay with that. Radical acceptance is the answer to all my problems today, especially since my opinion is more important than your opinion, and any idea you had, I absolutely had first. I am a worker among workers. I was once told that my poetry is too on the nose, but also I just made that up, so whatever. You see, I've been faking this inflection so long, I don't for sure remember what I really sound like. False mouth begets fame. I am the Wizard of Oz, the patron saint of tattlers. When I want to feel real big, I like to go to the house of servants, the church. Do nothing, say so much. I am better than these people. I'm just like different. Sometimes when I'm not being God, I'm fixing up my hot rod and I wipe oil on my sleeve. Yeah, that's right. I can change my oil, but my hands are so smooth. Big hot guy says, wow, your hands are so soft, yet you use a wrench like super well, but just not better than me. Little hands on a big wrench, hands like a child's. My YouTube channel's famous. I take hot knives and I cut things and put the mic real close to the noise. It pays my rent, and my mother never hit me and also hugged me absolutely enough. I am a famous TikTok star, and before that, a Vine star. I have a vlog. I hope today was good for you, even if you're not where you should be, where I want you to be. You are not a phantom. You do not exist in the spot of my memory at the crossroads of grief and love. You are in Saugerties smoking a cigarette. This one does have a title. Oh, thank you. I should step away, come back. This is called Soup for Farm. Casual as a glance, tap my right foot to the sound of forks on plates, I am asunder. Belief is the root of all plague. They led me through the hills and the valleys and shielded my eyes. There were bells, a symphony of marvelous bells leaving my fluid ear as they led me to the table of rot. A smell so loud you can taste it, and the bells are replaced with swaths of wing, beasts a million consuming as they'd have me do without an ask. It seems salvation is owed to no man, and yet this is not hell. I am not being punished. When vision was born from my waking eyes that first day, I never bargained for such calamity, but it is here, it is just not mine. I take a second to focus inward, and all I can think is my teeth hurt so fucking much. I have told too many lies to untell. Casual as a stroke, alone as thunder. This is a poem in 2 parts, morning and evening. Morning. I am face to face with the clouds, and for the first time in my life, I am proud of myself. My nipples point straight down, reminding me that I earned everything I have, even the things I didn't really deserve. I refused for so long to read another poem about a fucking tree until I was confronted with their magnificence. There really isn't enough time, and yet the most important thing I have ever worked on is being able to notice the moment my breath transitions. There is a space between inhale and exhale, and I know this is where God lives. Evening. More honest than affirmation, stationed between my greatest longing and my greatest regret. Bring a huge white shirt, bring a huge white dress. No nest will have me. No amount of sawdust will dry this river. I stand atop that mountain I was sure I could not climb, and I do not need applause. For once, you do not exist here. You do not exist at all, but when I glance to the right of me, I imagine you would be so proud of me. You would see my sweat, and you would tell me you were so proud of me. You would walk with me and hold my hand, and you would be so proud of me. I've got a couple more. I'm not going to read this one because it's embarrassing. All right. This is called I Build You a House. I named some of them. There are scratch marks on my back that I myself make trying to reach an imaginary itch. I do not know where you exist in this action, but since you are there, are you the scratch or the itch? Marks that stay put but for a time, lines of raised blood that fade back beneath my skin like they were never there. I build you a house, lay foundation on holy ground where my feet may not tread once the task is complete. I rip up maple, root and all, with my bare hands and fashion a frame fixin' to be dressed. I build you a house so you may take shelter when I confess it is most difficult to lie when you are around. Double back through my babble. My fingers trace circles around fibs and omissions so they may serve as offerings to you when my mind catches up with my speech, a tribute of humility, naked thought begging to be clothed, fingernails chomped away by teeth. But I do not know if you are the nail or the tooth. I do know that I am the bite, the moment tooth severs nail, when 1 8 becomes 2 zeros. So I build you a house, and when it is built, I will leave no trace of me. Pull my hair fast into a bun, so tight I have no lines in my forehead, so tight my eyes do not shut. Tight. I lost that. Tight until the last spoon is polished and the last baseboard is scrubbed. Light 1,000 candles, 1,000 scents, until the room smells more alive than I am, more alive than when your eyes tell me more than your mouth does. I build you a house with the hope that when you live there, the doors of which will shut me out and shut you in. All right, I have one more. This one is called Step 6 in 2 parts. I am too busy being God to notice that I have not walked my dog or gone to work or changed my bed sheets. God does not need bed sheets, and God doesn't need or want a best friend or a mother or a lover who stays up every night and prays to some different God, some false God that I will surrender my title, someone who prays that 72 hours will defeat me, or a shot in my ass, or a hole in my stomach. I have bent my will in a way that proves I am invincible. Part 2. And for my next trick, watch as I use these 2 hands to bend my will into something that convinces me it is not my own. Do not blink. Witness these hands as they clutch the steering wheel, and get this, I do not hold my breath. The audience watches, wondering if the ghosts of my high school graduating class will fill my lungs as I make my way down the Taconic State Parkway. I do not break a sweat. Seamless, as if I'm not speeding to get out of a burial yard held together by bruised guardrails and my grandfather's tax dollars. Bend my will so it takes the shape of a jagged saw, but instead of a beautiful woman split in 2, it is my future and my father's past. Watch as the audience cheers because I, the star of the show, have tricked myself into thinking these are 2 truly separate things. Sleight of hand that only I fall for. And the audience, oh, it roars, and I tell them without a shadow of a doubt that I am a helpless bystander of the tornado I have created to destroy my own life. A magic trick in reverse. A feat never yet seen before, or maybe seen 1,000 times before, but nevertheless it is amazing, and I can tell you are amazed. I jump through hoops to bend my will till it snaps, and I am back in Putnam County telling some white coat that I am not the problem. Tell them that I am too busy being God to remember the last time I really did anything, and when it is all said and done, I am certain this time will be different, and the audience falls silent. All right, I have one more. A poem. I am stuck with the God of my understanding. Hear me. I have cried out to a God made of silver, gods wrapped in wax paper and sealed with a coral lipstick kiss, idols made out of my fear, of your fear, a God at the center of every ball of beautiful cotton. God made the grasshoppers and every other horrible thing we cast in bronze and call holy. Grasshopper girl walks her way through broken eggshell promises and rests her arm on your arm, but only for a moment. And then another. I sit in a big green chair and I read poems written by men who hate women just like me. I've kept 100 promises out of spite and told 1,000,000 lies. I've never confessed to any of this until now. Barely. Thank you.
Thank you, Morel. And our next reader is Summer.
Hi guys. Today I have for you 2 poems and a dream. So we're going to start with the easy one. It's called Fishing for Felines. Silly, yellow tinkling, singing in the warm April breeze, a package sits, swallowed by the decaying porch's corpse. Inside rests harmless yellow banana, catnip stuffed and unimposing. Small bright banana on the living room rug in a spotlight of sun, with a chorus line accompaniment of dancing dust motes swaying. How long will you escape probing eyes and twitching nostrils? Wistful whiskers whisper through shadowed halls to you, and suddenly you too are absorbed in cacophony of twirling bodies and kicking claws. Lethe tornado sun-bleached in the window pane. On floors gasping and grasping and biting tongues and fur flickers through phosphorescent dusty afternoon until, battered, you lay spit-covered and sun-soaked, drowned in your own ambiguity. So small, so unimposing is the catnip banana. But my, what latent beastliness you awake in the soft spring tinklings of an April afternoon, festooned by your own ambivalence, salt-soaked sibilance. Oh, hallowed catnip banana, hanging slobbered in the melting spring sun, abandoned, and the geometric squares of the gilded window panes melt into the carpet, slipping silently into evening, and hungry beasts retire, flicking fury to the shady recesses of the walls. Gilded pools of raw sunlight slipped surreptitiously onto the floor and slipping endlessly into oblivion. There's a lot of sibilance, sorry guys. That's it. All right, my next one is called, hopefully I can enunciate better, Raindrops Stream Through My Wet Dreams. And I just want to say that the last 8 lines or so are from T.S. Eliot's love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. And you wanted me. Oh, how your puppy dog eyes sliced through the pale violet twilight up at me. Your little pink tongue licking at chapped lips and trailing sugar, which slid dripping down smiling corners of your sly grin, beguiling. Oh, how you wanted me, and I, watching from somewhere removed, saw myself dismiss your innocent advances with waved hand, sweeping atomically small, sparkling glass shards that gave you pinprick cuts like bleeding freckles all over your wincing face. My rejection melting on my tongue, rolling round my mouth like pop, pop, pop rocks, thrilling. Your bright, full heart throbbed fluorescent magenta in the gilded twilight, drumming out a quick, sad song that lingered swaying around me as I floated above us in the air. Kiss me, I screamed, but suddenly we weren't there. We were tumbling instead through the softest ocean of sheets in a pastel-tinted twilight or dawn or some eternal time when the sun and moon linger over the precipice of the horizon. Celestial bodies hovering in the periphery, sprinkling shining starlight that litters baby flowers with an effervescent coat of dew. Fresh like the dew, I laid with you, climbing ivy, wound up round me, warm and soft as the velvet blankets of our secret shadow world. Your hot cock throbbed, pleading against my cool waist, and you beseeched me like I was Aphrodite. In our ocean of blankets, I was Venus, soft, full, unencumbered, emerging from my pearly shell on the sun-soaked beach, suffocated as hazel, infested with groping vines of honeysuckle, chèvrefeuille, my own crying Tristram. I heard you smile into my neck with the sweetness of any nectar. Please, please, can't you feel me? A warm void yawned in answer, encircled, swallowed us whole, and we laid like that for days, years, seconds. Through you, I became wet and warm and new, all for you, you whispered silky spiderweb threads into my ears that groped through my chest for my heartstrings to tangle with. Love with no past, no future, the purity of endless ephemerality, and I tumbled and slipped, melted and dripped off our bed into the yawning abyss of uncertainty. Then I awoke, and the April showers were tapping ceaselessly on my window pane, and I swear in that cold rhythm I could hear your heart. I have heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back, when the wind blows the water white and black. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea by sea girls wreathed with seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us and we drown. And now a dream. In her dreams, she saw houses, old houses and new houses, warm and cold, comforting and frightening. They danced across her mind's eye like an endless funeral procession, laughing and crying, creaking and sighing. Sometimes she saw their outsides, dressed in sunlight and quivering leaves, wrapped in a scarf woven from the wind and sitting lazily in warm afternoons. Sometimes she saw their insides, like a doctor's x-ray image, intimate and invasive, and she felt like a thief creeping through the breathing bones and shifting muscles of their doorways and halls. Often the houses swallowed her whole in their ever-changing labyrinths, and in their intestines she met monsters dressed as men who dissected her with the calm coolness of a surgeon and didn't mind her silently stuttering 6 sweet supplications. Ghouls and goblins haunted the viscous, vibrating walls of her endless dream mansions, and sometimes she fought, and sometimes she ran, and sometimes she woke up. But once she dreamt herself home. It was Christmas, and she and her little brother were sitting in the dining room with the ornately decorated, pine-scented plastic Christmas tree, and it was shimmering like Jesus' star over Bethlehem, and in the air she could smell carols and the flinching chill of frost. The warmth and the light pounded against the walls of her chest like she was drowning, and in her bed her body was racked with empty, tearless sobs of longing. She was there, sitting on the couch with her grandmother and her brother in the warmth, but she could hear the darkness of the malformed dream universe just outside the walls, encroaching, curling like a spring and waiting patiently to pluck her back up into itself. She haunted her haven like a monster in girl clothes, and she reveled in the incredible comfort of the wintry evening and the implication of hot cocoa and the wordless world of belonging. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Summer. All right, up next we have Abby.
Is it okay if I take this off? If I put it back? Just makes it easier. I'm used to holding it. Sorry. I'm like different than all y'all. Stay in the center. Yeah, I'll stay in the center. Sorry. Gotta, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be writing music. I used to write poems. I do write poems still, but this is just where my poetry has come to now. Because it makes other people have to enjoy it more, really. Can't find my flow, so I think I gotta go. Think my batteries are low, think my brain's running slow, cause I'm always running late. Wish that I could wait, but you don't wanna grow. Now you hate to see me glow. Now I love myself, I'm just focused on my health. I'm just tired of how I felt. All the times I knelt and begged for you to stop. Never called the cops, covered up the welts. Told all my friends I fell, couldn't make it work, only made it worse. Why's I love you feel rehearsed? Never wanna listen, can't fool with the vision. I think yours is blurred. Talking with you is just the worst. Now my back is fucking turned, trying to put me in an urn. So I had our bridges burned. Wish I didn't have to learn all the bullshit that you taught me. All the lies when you got cocky make my stomach churn. Swear that shit gave me heartburn every time you said you got me. Right before you fucking rocked me, put your hands on me and clocked me. Black and blue all on my body. Man, I never looked so sad. Must be your two favorite colors for you to still see it and laugh at my tears. Can't waste no more of my years. Can't live every day in fear. What am I still doing here? Manifesting, man, I'm resting. Manifesting, man, I'm resting. Manifesting. My voice cut out, but that's about it. A little jingle at the end there. Not sure where I'm going, forgot what I'm doing here. Feel like I don't exist, I'm invisible, it's clear. Just want you to see me, it's like I ain't even here. I just wanna know you cause my heart holds you so dear. No, it don't make sense, know that you don't know me, I'm just friends with all your friends. Manifested everything works for you in the end. But till then I guess I will just have to play pretend. Wanna make you notice but you never seem to focus. I ain't even on your mind, love to see you on the grind. Could you just make some time, always too busy to slide. I'm more than down to ride. ride, always stay up on your side. Know these bitches always lied, ain't trying to waste your time, trying to keep you off my mind. I just wanna make you mine. You never look my way, all these hoes up on my line, but it just don't hit the same. I lose every time, but I know you don't play games, acting like a lame. I know I'm above these hoes, but still can't catch up to your lane. Feel like I'm going insane every time I hit your line. You got me feeling like a pain, ain't even on your brain, got me feeling kinda plain. Always keeping busy, just be trying to get paid. Everybody else stay broke, just trying to get laid. Wish it was that easy, but you in a different grade. Question my intentions, but it's all about perception. Wanna know them, ask a question. No, I ain't about deception, long as you give me reception. My heart needs intervention, it's the signals I be sending. No, you dodging them on purpose. My efforts feel so worthless, get around you when I'm wordless. Alone we talk for hours, when you busy I get sour. Attitude out of my power, and try to make you cower. Back to acting like a coward, in my love you could be showered. You seem to have no interest, let me treat you like you the best. I'm just trying to be honest, I never had a shot, miss. Do you think that I'm obnoxious? Never got stuck on my crushes, won't go taking any risks. I'll say fuck it in the end, I'ma keep on playing pretend. I prefer to play pretend. Alright, that's it for that one. We'll go to the next one. Thank you guys, thank you. Got that one out there. This one is everybody's favorite. Fan favorite. For the one fan I have, maybe. My friends like it. I don't know if my mom likes it. Say that you up, but you been looking down. Say that you need space, but still hit my line. Say that you ain't sure, then why is you crying? Girl, I know you scared, you ain't even lying. Girl, if you need space, I say take your time. With the way I treat you, you'll stay here in mine. Can't catch no feelings before I'm caught dying, so keep to myself, can't let you know I'm trying. Call me a simp, though it's just cause you fine. Yeah, baby, you might be a little divine, something you savor like bittersweet wine. That's why you know I let you waste all my time. That's why you know I let you waste all my dime. Take all of my money, it should be a crime. Ain't need no Glock with the way that you whine. Hoes on my cock, I just stay on my grind. Bitches all talk, I don't even pay mine. Cause baby, you know you got all of my time. Came into my life like a Hollywood sign, stuck in my brain, rooted in like a vine. Girl, just be patient, I know we'll be fine. I'm down for the ride, I'll stay on your side, with no obligation for you to abide. Just wanna see you with a confident stride, just wanna see you happy to be alive. Alright, if my heart breaks, I know I'll survive. Why dip your feet in when you could just dive? Just want you to smile, and for that I strive. 2 years ago my yellow cast me aside. 2 years ago my yellow done went and died. No, I can't live, you got me terrified. Don't even pay mind, I just take it in stride. No, I understand how you feeling inside. Maybe that's why you try so hard to hide, but in me I promise that you can confide. No fear of judgment or malice or pride. Just wanna see you up and out on your grind. No, if I'm busy, you stay on my mind. No, if I'm busy, I'll still make your time. No, I don't even got reason or rhyme, but something like this ain't that easy to find. So if you want, I'm down for the ride.
Thank you so much, Abby. That was probably the first time I've heard something like that here, but it was amazing.
Thank you.
So good. But that's actually the end of our list, unless anyone else wants to come up and read in front of the camera. Looks like a resounding no from the audience. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I don't know who's in the live stream, but thank you for coming and listening to all these amazing writers and performers. It's been wonderful, and I can't wait to come next month. Have a great night, everyone.